Alrighty, guys, let's get started today. The only thing you're going to need is a yoga mat or just a place to practice and possibly some water and a towel to towel off throughout. And let's enjoy. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position to begin with. So starting on your mat. And today is an all levels class. Just so you know, all levels does not mean it's going to be necessarily easy, but listen to your body every step of the way. So if something doesn't feel right for you, then just feel free to skip it or take the other option or just stay in what's it called? Child's pose. That's always a great option if you need to kind of reconnect back with your breath. And also mountain pose, just standing at the center of your mat is also a great option. So there's definitely things you could do if you just need to pause and breathe. But this is an all levels class. We're not going to do anything too fancy today. So as we kind of start, I always like everyone to just start to kind of close their eyes if that feels good to you. And then I want you to kind of start to take your attention inwards. So a lot of times throughout our busy days, we're so worried and we're so focused on what's going on in the external that we forget to kind of tune in into how the body is feeling, maybe the different sensations that you feel, and the way that the breath moves through the body. It's like a beautiful dance. You just have to allow yourself to check in, listen, and feel. And then drawing a little bit more attention to your breath, we're going to slow it down a bit. So I want you to take a really long time to fill up the lungs, fill up the belly, the back side of the ribs with air, taking a really long time to breathe in. Let the full belly just expand. Relax your shoulders. Have a small pause at the top of that breath without the panic feeling. And then take a really long time to exhale all the sticky air out of the body, out of the lungs. Ideally, we're taking longer, twice as long to exhale out the air than we are to breathe in the air. And then again, we're going to take a small pause at the bottom of the breath. And then we kind of slowly start to zip up the breath again, bringing it into the lungs. Letting that full expansion, 360 degrees of the thorax, the belly, the back, the chest. And in today's class, our focus is, can we find joy in the moments now instead of waiting? So a lot of times it's, I'll be happy when I get this new job. I'll be happy when this pandemic is over. I'll be happy when it's happy hour. I'll be happy when I get to go back out and be with my friends. Can we find the moments now that we have joy? And it's not so much that we can smile and giggle and pretend to be happy, but can we be okay in this moment? That is what our goal, our theme for today's class. Let's take one more big juicy breath in, fill up the lungs. Pausing at the top, and then slowly letting that air out again, bit by bit, almost like a wave of relaxation rinses over you. Good. You can open up the eyes gently, slowly, and then taking in all the light that's around you. We're going to go forward into tabletop position. So pressing down into the hands, they're right underneath your shoulders, and then the knees are right underneath the hips. We're going to allow the belly button to suck in like an angry cat. Press your hands into the floor, round your upper back, draw the tailbone under. Good. Then we're going to exhale, slowly unwind. Let the belly drop down. Let the chest shine forward, open through the collarbones. This is cow. Good. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Angry cat. Exhale, slowly, bit by bit. Let the spine unwind. Belly relaxes. Collarbones shine forward. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. Pull belly in. Like you're trying to take your pubic bone towards your forehead. And then exhale, rewind out. Shine the heart forward. One more breath. Good. And then relax, coming into just a normal position. Bring your hands about an inch or two forward. So I want you to focus on your pointer finger. I want you to really activate that hand and that finger into the ground. And then I want you to curl your toes. We're going to slowly lift the hips up. We're going to go into downward facing dog. So notice that your front wrist crease is parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then you're pressing into that pointer finger. Your fingers are spread a little bit wide, pressing down into all fingers, but even more into the pointer. And if it feels good, I like to always start with kind of pedaling through my legs, bending one knee and then the other. And then whenever you're ready, find a little bit of stillness here. So as you're pressing into the pointer finger, your arm bones are growing longer as you're pressing down. And then your hips are lifting a little higher into the air as your ankles start to melt down towards the ground. So you have that opposition here. And if it really is tight in your low back or in the backs of your legs, just bend your knees a little. Take one more generous breath here. And then we're going to start to hinge forward into plank. So you're just going to lean forward, come your shoulders right over top of your wrist. Good. Take a big breath here. Good. And then we're going to exhale, press our hips back, downward facing dog. Taking our time, again, lifting the hips nice and high, dropping the heels down, down, down. Good. Inhale, grind back to plank. Good. Pressing into those hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press the hips back. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, just lean forward, coming into plank. We're going to pause here. Good. Exhale, we're going to lower all the way to the floor. Let the elbows stay close to the ribs. And then we're going to untuck the toes. We're going to come up into Cobra, Bhujangandasana. So we're going to press our hands into the floor, lift up our heart, press into the little baby toes. And then I want you to look to the right. Draw your left elbow back, left hand back. Good. Exhale, release. Drop your head. Good. Inhale, come back up into Cobra pose. Press a little bit into the hands, press into the little toes. Good. Look left. Draw the right shoulder back. Good. Exhale, release. From here, we're going to go into locust pose. So we're going to bring our hands now behind our backs. If you can, interlace your fingers behind, like near your bottom. If you don't have that ability, you're just going to hold on to either the opposite wrist or wherever that is that you can hold. Maybe it's the elbows, okay? So either interlace the fingers, hold on to the wrist or the elbows. From here, we're going to press our hip bones down. And then we're going to lift up, reach your hands, your fist back towards your heels, lift the heart up, and then lift the legs, lift the ankle bones, the inner seams of your pants up and off of the floor. Now notice if you have your neck like wrinkles because you lifted your neck so high, and instead tuck your chin slightly into your chest, have the neck nice and long, no wrinkles, and then lift a little bit higher through the heart, even the back part, the back of the ribs. Lift a little bit higher through the inner ankles. One more beautiful breath in. And then exhale, take it down nice and slow like it matters. Go ahead and bring the hands now to near the armpits. Curl your toes, maybe lift the knees, then inhale, rise, plank pose. Good, exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. If you need to readjust, that's fine. Good, pressing into the hands, arm bones go longer. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Bend your knees, come up on your toes. Look at your hands and either step or jump, top of your space. Big toes come to touch. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Find the length. I especially like to put my hands on my shins to start off with because I feel a little tight, but you can always stay a little lower. Good. Then we're going to exhale, drop our head. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach out through the fingers, press into the feet, come all the way up. Good. Then exhale, we're going to bow fully forward. Hands can come through heart center or out in reverse swan dive. Head drops down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Find the length. Exhale, release. Drop your head. Good. Inhale, we'll do it one more time. Inhale, reach up all the way up. Mountain pose. Reach through the fingers. Use your core to lift you up. Good. And then bow out and over the toes. Hands can go through heart center. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Hands touch the floor. We're going to step back to high plank. And we're going to do our first chaturanga of the day. If you need to use your knees, that is totally fine. We're going to lower halfway down, elbows 90 degrees, and pause. Breathe, inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Good. Keep the legs nice and straight. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Perfect. One more beautiful breath here. Exhale, bring the big toes to touch. Come up on the toes. Bend the knees. Look at your hands. Step or jump, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Find the length. We're getting a little bit of warmth here. Exhale, relax. Good. Come all the way up. Use your core to lift you. Strong legs will take you up. Good. Exhale, bow fully forward. Press your hips back. Lean, leading with your heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, release. Hands touch the ground. Step or float back. High plank. And then lowering halfway down, chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Try to keep your legs strong to protect your back. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Perfect. So the conditions for joy are here in this moment. All right, so remember that. All right, so for this next pose, I want you, if you need to, I want you to bend your knees and kind of put your knees down so you can see me just as a moment, because it's kind of hard to explain without you actually seeing it. So this is called firework. You're going to be in down dog. We're going to come up on our toes, bend our knees, and then our legs are going to go wide and jump to the top of the mat. So it's going to go wide and then come back together. Okay, so that's what we're going to practice. You ready? So down dog, bend your knees slightly. We're going to do a little hop. Legs go wide. Firecracker. Ready? Go. Firecracker. And if you giggled or if you made you smile, then you did it correctly. Okay, so inhale, find that length, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, release. Good. Have a little space between the heels, but big toes are touching. We're going into chair pose, Utkatasana. Float the arms up. Big inhale. Sink into the hips. Good. Now notice, draw the low belly in, find the length through the arms, and then you're reaching out like you're trying to go a little longer through the arm bones without wearing your shoulders as earrings. Good. Naturally, we sit a little farther back as I press our hips back into that imaginary chair. We have one more beautiful breath in. Good. Exhale, press into your feet, lift up, mountain with a back bend. Open up the heart. Good. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, bow fully forward, leading with the heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, release. Hands touch the ground, step back to high plank. We're going to do another chaturanga. You can always skip this and meet us in down dog. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. We move on a little. Bring your big toes to touch. Good, and take a big breath in. We're going to lift the right leg up into the sky. Spread the right toes. Good, exhale, gently step it through. Low lunge in between the hands. Using the core. Good. Inhale, we rise up. Reach out of the fingers, press into your feet. We're coming up into crescent lunge. Okay, we're going to do an open twist to your right. Okay, so right arm is going to go back. Left arm is forward. Good. Big breath in. Feel the strength of your legs. Strong core. Good. Coming back into crescent lunge, back to the center. Open it up, warrior two. So now left arm back, right arm forward. Perfect. Good. Find the right knee. Keeps pulling right. Reach out of both fingers. Keep your sternum right over top of your hip bones. Good. Inhale. Good. Exhale. We're going to reverse the warrior. Right arm lifts up. You stay light on that back left arm and feel the rib cage lifting off of your hips. One inhale. Good. Exhale. Kick the arms down. And again, we're going to chaturanga again, or you're going to skip it and meet us in down dog. Lower halfway. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Nice and relaxed through the neck. Exhale. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Big, beautiful breath. Good. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Spread the toes on the left toe. Good. Exhale, gently step it through, low lunge. Pressing into your feet, we inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Good. Stay on the back toes. Relax the shoulders. Find length through the rib cage. Open twist to the left. Left arm goes back. Right arm forward. Look left. Good. One more breath. Good. Exhale, back to center. Crescent lunge. Good. Open it up. Warrior two. Right arm back. Left arm forward. Left knee keeps traveling to the left. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse the warrior. Left arm up and over. Good. Here we go. Chaturanga Dandasana. Take the hands down. Float the left leg back into high plank and lower halfway. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Press into your hands. Exhale. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Good. Here we go. We're doing that firework again. So bend your knees a little bit. Look at your hands slightly. Jump or hop. Firework. Top of your space. Good. Nice job, guys. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Release. So fun. Inhale. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Bend the knees. Pull the low ribs in. Keeping your back safe. The weight kind of is in the heels, but you can still press the toes down. Good. Airplane your arms, palms down. So we're pulling pinkies towards one another. Our palms are facing the ground where chest is slightly forward. Good. Inhale, stand up, mountain with the back bend. Reach up, open the heart, open the throat. Inhale, rise. Good. Exhale, we bow fully forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find the length. Good. Exhale, release. Hands touch the floor, step back to high plank and lower halfway down. Again, skip if you need. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, right leg lifts, spread the right toes. Exhale, gently step it through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Both toes are facing forward. Stay deep in that leg. Front right leg is bent. Open twist to your right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale. Good. Exhale. We're going to try to open all the way up into warrior two. So now your right arm is forward. Left. There you go. Left arm is back. Yep. Perfect. So the right knee is pulling right. Reverse your warrior. Right arm up. Look up. Get that rib cage open. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands come to the floor. Slide the right leg back or let it be a three-legged lift. And chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, left leg lifts. Focus your breath. Steady it here. Exhale, take it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Feel the ground beneath your feet as you rise. Open twist to your left. Look left. Left arm is behind you. Good. Here's that tricky part again. We're going to open it up to warrior two on the other side. So inhale. The right arm is back. Left arm is forward. Settle in. Get deep through the hips. There you go. One more breath. Good. Exhale. Reverse the warrior. Left arm is lifting you up and back. Good. Here we go. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands come back to high plank. You can float that left leg if you wish to make it a three-legged chaturanga. Or nataranga is also a thing. Skip it. Exhale, bring it back. Beautiful. Nice work, guys. We're going to do it one more time. This is our last chance, I believe, for the firework. So here we go. Bend your knees. Look at your hands and then jump. Firework, legs wide. Good work. Inhale, halfway lift. Remember, don't take yourself too seriously. Exhale, relax. Here we go. Inhale. We're coming up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Get a little deeper through the hips. Press them back. Find the length out of the fingers. Good. Inhale. One more breath here. Airplane your hands, palms down, chest slightly forward. Good. Pull the pinkies towards one another. One more breath. Inhale. Here we go. Press into your feet. Lift up. Open up. Mountain pose.
with a back bend. Shine your heart forward. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, we bow out and over the toes, leading more with your heart than with your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Hands touch the earth. This is our last flow through with this sequence. Step back, high plank. We're going to lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Good. From here, the right leg lifts, spread the toes. Inhale. Exhale, gently step it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge through the feet. Good, here we go. Exhale, open twist to the right. Right arm back. Good, we're gonna do it again. Open up, warrior two. So now the right arm is forward, left arm is back. There you go. Good, big breath in. Find the ribs lifted off your hips. Reverse the warrior, right arm up. One more beautiful breath. Good, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Both hands come down. Remember, you can float the right leg to make it a little more tricky on that Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Find your breath. Inhale. Full exhale. Here we go. Left leg lifts, spread the toes. Good. Gently step it through. Low lunge without a sound if you can. Inhale, we rise up. Good. Exhale. Open twist to the left. Left arm back. Good. Draw the left shoulder back a little bit more. Good. Inhale. Good. Open warrior two. So now the right arm is behind you. Left arm is forward. Reverse the warrior. Left arm up. Look up. Good. Exhale. Cartwheel the arms down. Float the left leg if you wish, or Chaturanga. Halfway down. Exhale, take it back. Nice job. We're going to pause for a moment. I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to notice the shifts, the changes. So notice that we're building awareness. And a lot of times that looks like, well, I like my left side, but I don't like my right side. Or I like my hip openers, but I don't like balancing. And when we do that, we give power to the pose, to some external expectations instead of having the power within ourselves. So instead of giving our power away, we're going to appreciate the small things, the little things. We don't have to like everything, but we're going to find something that we're good at in everything, something that we might appreciate. All right, guys, let's bring our knees now wide open. Come into child's pose for a moment. Sit the hips down onto the heels. Walk your fingers out in front of you. Let the forehead rest into the floor. Remembering your breath. Slowing your breathing down just a bit. We're going to have 2 more breaths here before we move on. Noticing that you can control your breath once more. And then as we get ready to practice this next little sequence, I want you to notice if you've been playing it safe, whether that's in your life or in yoga on the mat. And instead, I want you to strive for greatness. Even if that means it gets a little messy. It doesn't have to be perfect to be felt. Okay, so for this next last and final round of this sequence, we're adding on a little bit. I want you to strive for greatness. All right, we're going to slowly make our way back up. Downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, press into that pointer finger, and then start to lift the hips. Good, arm bones get a little longer. You're in luck. We get to do the firework one more time. Hooray. I know this is what you're most excited about. So bend the knees. Here we go. Firework. Legs go wide. Good. All right, here we go. So we're adding on to this sequence a little bit. Go ahead and bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach the arms up. All right, big, beautiful breath. Know that practice makes practice. There's never anything that has to ever be perfect. One more breath here. Bring your hands now to heart center, Samasthiti Iti. Press palms in towards one another. All right. And then I want you to get heavy in your right foot. Start to lift your left leg to your chest. Beautiful. We're going to go into full airplane. So start to send your arms back, palms down, pinkies pull towards one another, and then lift the left leg behind you. Find a drishti, a focal point that's not moving. You've got this. Big breath. Open the heart. Shine your collarbones forward. Lift that back leg nice and straight. Beautiful. One more breath. We're going to bring our hands now back to heart center. Stay with it, okay? So we're going to do Jiva squat. You're going to chamber your left knee behind your right. Both knees sort of bend. It's like a little squat. Do the best you can. Good. Exhale, straighten it back up again. Back into that leg straight. Good. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale, Jiva squat. We're going to stay here. You can always put the hands down if you need a little bit of support and hold. One more breath. Feel the booty on fire here. The release is standing split. Bring your hands to the ground. Lift your left leg up, 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 up. Drop your head. And I want you to get really heavy through your right big toe. Allow your right hip to lift higher and then your left hip to drop a little bit. Find a little bit more extension through that the left heel. One more breath. Good. Gently step it back. Low lunge. Put that foot as far back as you can. Okay. From here, hands come to heart center. And we're going to lean forward. Yes, you're burning. At least I am. We're going to do a little prayer twist. So taking your left tricep, that left part of the arm, you're going to bring it on the outside of your right foot or right like knee. Now, if this is already very sensational, you're going to put your left knee down onto the mat. There you go. And then pressing palms towards one another, we're adding that twist. So a lot of times we add these expectations of ourselves. We say, well, I'm not a yogi if I can't do this with my knee lifted. Or it's not perfect, so it doesn't count. And again, you're dealing yourself out of something. You're making the condition of your joy and your happiness based on something else. And instead of being appreciative of the fact that you are moving your body, you're doing the best that you can right now. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be ideal to be joyful. We're always a work in progress. Good. Use this to rinse out any last negativity out of this pose. Good. Bring your hands now to either side of your foot and bring it on now on the inside. We're going to come into runner's lunge. So your hands are on the inside of your right leg. And then I want you to find a breath here. Maybe I like to kind of go on to the little toe border of my foot, of my right foot, and allow my hips to open up a little bit. If that feels good, stay there. If you want, you can bring it a little closer. If you have a little bit more space, you can also drop the left elbow down. And maybe that's the only elbow that goes down. And if it feels panicky to you, if it feels like you're going past your edge, then just stay exactly where you are, both hands firmly planted on the ground. There's no need to feel panicky or uncomfortable to the point where you can't follow your breath. And this is a perfect way to kind of express yourself in your own way. So perhaps you've been relaying the same story over and over again with the hips. So maybe you want to open it up a little bit. If you have a little bit of more space, maybe you want to bring the back knee towards your booty and reach the left hand back. And allow your shoulders, your heart to open a little bit more. Perhaps you've been telling yourself the same story. And maybe you haven't been speaking your story. Maybe you need to let your throat open a little bit more. Relax the neck back. Maybe you haven't been speaking your own truth.
wherever you are, this is perfect expression of your happiness, of your joy, and that your expression isn't going to look like anybody else's. One more breath. Good. Exhale, relax. Let it slowly come back down. We're going to go into side plank. So having your hands, I want you to take your left hand and place it like in the center where your like nose would be. We're going to put our right leg behind us and we're going to look to the right. So start to bring that right leg back. Side plank. Stack the legs if you can. If you need to modify, you're going to put your left knee down on the ground. If you've got this and you want to make it a little bit more challenging, we're going to lift the right leg into the air. And again, having a little bit of humility, a little bit of grace, a smile to the face. One more big breath in, full round. Stay with it. Show up for yourself. Good. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Both hands touch the ground. We're going to lower halfway down. You can use your knees if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Perfect. Nice job, guys. Big, beautiful breath. Pedal through the legs. You might notice now the opening of the right hip. Don't worry, we're going to make it feel that way on the other side. I know you're excited. All right, here we go. Come up on the tiptoes, bend your knees. I keep saying it's the last time. This is officially the last time we are doing a firework, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, let's go. Firework. Up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. That is official, the last one. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Drop your head. Good. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Set back into the heels. Good. Big breath. Relax the shoulders, but keep reaching out of the arm bones. Good. Hands come to heart center. Feel the heaviness in your left foot, picking up the right foot. We're going to go to full airplane. So start to send your arms back. Send your foot back. Pull the pinkies towards one another. Palms are facing down. Chest is broad and big, open. You can do this. Big inhale. We're showing up brave and confident in ourselves. Good. Here we go. Bring the hands back to heart center. Stay where you are. Leg is lifted. Jiva squat. So chamber your right knee outside of your left. Squat down. Bend the knees. If you need to put your hands on the floor, that's fine. Good. Back up into that, this is now warrior 3, really. Good. Big breath in. Last one. Chamber the knee. Get low and hold, but not your breath. Keep moving. Breathe. Good. Exhale. Hands come to the ground. Lift your right leg up, 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 up. Standing split. Press into the left big toe. And then notice, draw the heaviness in your left outer hip. Pull it down. Lift your right hip a little higher. The inside edge of your ankle, lift a little bit more. You've got this. One more inhale, big breath. Good. Gently step it back. Low lunge. Adjust what needs to be adjusted. If you can, keep your back knee off. Bring your hands to heart center. This is where we're going to show up bravely. Here we go. We got that twist. Right elbow, right tricep comes into contact with the left side. Press palms into one another. You can also, again, put the knee down. There's nothing wrong with that. It allows a bigger expression through the twist, but a little bit modified through the legs. Good. Find your breath. Keep twisting. Press palms into one another. You can also even open the arms for the fuller expression, drawing that left shoulder blade back if that's in your practice. Good. We have one more full breath here. Stick with it. Good. Gently release the hands, one on either side of the foot, and now bring it to the inside leg. Runner's lunge. And just because you did something on the other side doesn't mean you have to do it to this side. So if you want to go onto the little toe side of the foot to open up that hip, maybe you come down onto the right elbow. Maybe it feels good to open up the hips a little bit, bend the knee, and reach back with that right hand. Again, opening up, forgetting that old story that we've been caught up in. Maybe you open up the neck. Allow your words to be spoken, your truth. This is your expression of your joy, your happiness in this moment. Big, beautiful breath. Relax the eyes, go a little easier. Good. Bring your hand now back to the mat, one hand on the inside. We're gonna go to that side plank. So take your right hand right underneath your nose, curl your toe, step your left foot behind you, stacking your joints, lift the left arm if you can. If you need to, your right knee is on the ground. If you got a little bit more in you, you're gonna lift the left foot. Breathe, stay with it. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Chaturanga Dandasana. You've got this. Put the hands on the ground. We're going to lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful breath. Good. Bring your big toes to touch. Bend your knees, look at your hands. We're going to travel through to our bottom. Step or jump. Perfect. And then we're just going to slowly, bit by bit, we get to lay down. Hooray. So from here, we're going to work on some back bends. So I want you to have your feet bent and that your knees bent and that your feet are in line with the hips. Press your hands down near your feet. And then I want you to kind of prepare. So I want you to press into your soles of your feet, press into like the back of the neck. We're going to start to lift our hips up. From here, you can interlace your hands if you wish, going a little bit higher. You can also put your hands on your low back or your booty and lift up a little higher, whatever feels best and most comfortable for you. What I want you to pay attention to is that your knees are magnetizing towards one another. Not so much that they're going to touch each other, but that energy, like they feel like they want to attract one another. They're magnetizing again towards the center. You have a grippiness through your booty, pressing into the feet. And then I want you to let the energy of your heart melt down into your head. And then very slowly, like it matters, like you care for it, you're going to slowly come down out of this pose. Bring the hands to the heart center and let the knees touch. Feet are a little wide. Connecting in with this heartbeat, this breath. I, for one, don't want to wait for joy or happiness to come to me. Because what are the chances that if I don't see it today, I probably won't see it tomorrow when it's right there in front of me. I'm not choosing happiness now. If I'm not finding joy in the moments, I probably won't see it when it's actually there. Good. Second of 3 back bends. So you can go back into the bridge pose like we were just doing, or you can do will. Small gesture, big impact. Not one is better than the other. If you're going to come back into where we were just at in bridge, bring your hands back towards your heels. If you want to try wheel pose, you're going to bring your hands right by your ears. All right. You can come up to the top of your head to start if you need, or just all the way up into full wheel. So taking a big breath in wherever you are, press down into what's staying on the ground and inhale, rise. Good. Making sure that your toes are facing forward. Big inhale. Full exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the knees and bend your neck in slowly, bit by bit, like it matters. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. The knees come together. It is just as important to let go of a pose, to come out of a pose, as it was the way we took it on. So having some grace, as we come out. And even though I make you hold a pose that you may not like, that we come out just as gently, just as sweetly. All right, this is our last and final back bend. Preparing what stays on the ground. We're going to do 5 breaths in this pose once we get into it. 3 of which are going to be lion's breath, which is basically tongue out and eyes crazy. You're going to breathe out. You can giggle if you need to. It's fun. Okay, so 5 breaths, 3 lion's breath once we get in. Again, you can do bridge pose, hands near your feet, or you can do wheel pose, one where your hands are by your head. Big breath, prepare for what's staying on the ground. And then inhale, we rise. Good. Big breath in. Knees are tracking towards one another. Toes are facing forward. Good. Lion's breath, tongue out, eyes crazy. One more. Good. Chuck the chin into the chest. Slowly coming out. Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the soles of the feet touch. And bring the arms up and over the head like ragdoll. Holding on to the opposite elbow. Breathing here. Taking inventory. Checking back in with the body and how you feel right now. Good. We're going to slowly bring our arms now down by our side. Bring our legs into our chest a little bit. Giving a little squeeze, maybe rocking side to side after the back bend. Good. From here, I want you to just put your right sole of the foot down, and you'll take your left ankle and cross it over your right leg. We're going to do figure 4 glute stretch. So you're going to interlace your hands, and you're going to bring your right knee up and kind of hold right underneath your knee, right on your back of your hamstring. And you're just gently, maybe using your left elbow to kind of push that left knee away from you. Good. And this, another word for this is supine, which is basically laying on your back, belly up, pigeon pose. So anytime you're in a yoga class and you're in pigeon and it just doesn't feel right to the knees, you can always come onto your back like this. Allowing the hips to open, you're gently bringing your right knee closer to your chest. And then you're pressing your left knee away from you. Allow the beauty of the breath to flow through the body, not allowing it to be stagnant or stuck anywhere. Good, then gently let the foot come down. Stay in that same pose, keeping the right sole of the foot down. We're going to take our left knee and just cross it over. This is eagle legs. You can bring your hands out to a T. And sometimes I like to kind of shift my hips a little bit to the left, a little bit so they're stacked. And you're just going to keep your legs crossed and allow the legs to fall over to the right side. And then you're going to look left. And allow the spine to rinse any negativity, any stagnant energy out of the body. Feel the breath moving through the belly. Noticing where the breath wants to go, but paying attention where it doesn't want to go as well. Good, one more breath here. As we exhale, let all the air out first. And then I want you to lift your left leg and then your right leg using your core. Relax. Bring both legs down. You can bring your arms closer beside you if you need to.
And again, hugging both legs into your chest, giving a nice squeeze, rocking side to side. Having love and appreciation for this body, the one that you showed up with. Let the feet come back to the ground. Now bringing your right ankle across to the left. We're going to do figure 4 supine stretch on the left leg. So interlace your hands now, grabbing the left thigh, the left hamstring. Allow the right elbow to press the right knee away from you. You can keep your head relaxed. Flex the toes a little bit to protect the knees. And you're just gently bringing your hands, your knee, your left knee closer as you press your right knee a little farther away. And then I want you to really breathe into that sensation that you feel. Maybe you feel sensational on that right hip, that right outer glute. Hopefully you feel some sensations. If not, just gently bring the leg a little closer, press the right knee away. Go easy through the face, through the jaw. Notice you'll be okay. Good. One more beautiful, calming breath in. And then send that air right through the body. And then slowly let the foot come back down. Now crossing the right leg over the left. Eagle legs. Arms are going to go back out into the T. And then again, we're going to kind of shift our hips over to the right side of the room. And allow the legs to fall to the left. Your gaze is going to shift over to the right shoulder. Notice here, you don't have to try so hard. Allow this to be part of your surrender practice. You're just feeling, breathing, and being right here in the body. Using your breath, notice it. Use it to shift, to pull, move energy. Two more breaths. Good. From here, lift your right leg, then your left leg. One final squeeze. Hug yourself. Bring your shins around your arms and your arms around your shins, pressing one into the other, creating that powerful opposition. Maybe you bring your forehead to your knees. Maybe you give yourself a little kiss, kissing each knee. Being grateful for your body, the one that's taken you so far. Good. And then we begin. We're going to end on our sweet, sweet Shavasana. You have earned it. Slowly start to unwind, bringing the legs out onto the mat. Getting comfortable here. Maybe you bring your arms a little closer in. And if you feel any extra tightness, any other little bits that need to be unwound, relax those muscles. Let them be. Taking inventory of the body once more, I leave you with a completely natural breath. No need to force it to be anything. Just allow it to be. And anytime your focus starts to go away, just bring it right back to your breath as an anchor.
want you to start wiggling fingers. Start to notice your fingers. Start to notice your toes. Roll them out a little. Bring awareness back to the body. And then I want you to zip the legs up and then reach the arms up and over the head like you got the perfect amount of sleep. Stretch, get really big and take up space. And then when you're ready, I want you to curl up the right fetal position. Use the right arm as a pillow. And then I want you to honor this transition here before we begin to sit up. I want you to notice how you're feeling now, that shift from the beginning to now. Yoga, yes, we sometimes will get, you don't get much out of yoga. Maybe you'll get a thinner waistline, some toned triceps, or a yoga booty. But what you really get out of yoga is this uncovering. It's a discovering of what's already there. And so I want you to use this as though you can use in this moment that you are everything that you've been looking for. You are the happiness and the joy. You created, it is your choice. It's everywhere to be found. Gently, in your own time, your own space, I want you to push the left hand into the floor and then come up into a comfortable seated position. Taking your time, there is no rush here. Noticing the journey as we arrive to our sit bones. And then I want you to bring your hands now to your heart center. And then I want you to humbly bow to your own heart. And it's this humble recognition of our own hearts, our own efforts, and our contribution. And I want you to see it now. I want you to remember it always and share it often. We're going to end our class with one big sigh. So take in as much air as you can. Open mouth, let everything go. Good. Peel the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me in today's practice. Peace and love. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you.